So as you can see, I saw Batman vs. Superman today. As I'm walking in, I look to my right and I see a Civil War poster, and if you know me, you probably know what side I'm on. So today we're gonna have a little rant about that. So if you've been friends with me over the past, I don't know, few months, you probably know that my infatuation with Captain America has grown quite a bit. I had just decided to watch Captain America, the First Avenger with my mother, and that went well. After the transformation scene, my mother and I kind of freaked out a little bit. Chris Evans is attractive, you can't fight me on it. If you couldn't tell, I kind of really have a thing for him. I grew emotionally attached to this character, to say the least, and especially after Winter Soldier, which is when I grew more and more attracted to the man known as James Buchanan Barnes. So if it wasn't obvious enough, I am most definitely on Steve's side in Civil War. That's just how the cookie crumbled. I have a few things to say about the trailers. So my first impression of what Civil War was going to be like was after Ant-Man. You know how Marvel does that thing? When there was a clip was maybe we should call Tony about this, and I was like, no. And it was really strange to me because it was a teaser to Civil War, and Steve was talking about calling Tony in, but when you go back to the trailer, Steve is confronting Bucky about his memories and stuff, which by the way breaks my heart because when he says you used to wear newspapers in your shoes and your mom's name was Sarah, I was like, he remembers, he's still Bucky. Alright, I'm taking these off because the glare is killing me. And the worst part is Bucky's on the ground and leaning on something, and I physically can't handle it. I am emotionally distraught over this movie, and it hasn't even come out yet. What?
You used to wear newspapers in your shoes.
Oh. The weird thing about this is people are coming to get Bucky, but I, for the life of me, cannot figure out who, or I'm really confused. Even when I'm looking back at the trailer, right now, I still cannot figure out, who it is. It looks like police, but it's really confusing. Well, I can understand why, but I'm still confused. This will all be, cleared up once I'm watching the movie. I'm pretty sure that's, maybe a good 20 minutes into the movie. And then, of course, Bucky jumps off a roof. These two, Bucky and Cap, forever jumping off places. Bucky, where are you going? He's just bye. And then, of course, it cuts to the Marvel scene. The Marvel, flash screen. And I'm reduced to tears. I love Marvel so much. There's the girl and the Superman tank top. Great. And then this guy comes up out of nowhere talking about, Cap, some people see you as a vigilante and not a hero. And I'm like, I bet you half of those people have not even come close to this man who has saved countless people's lives. I am mad. I'm about as angry as Cap is, looking like this. What? You got something else to say? Because, I'm really done with what you're talking about right now. I really hate, this is the one thing I hate about superhero movies, is that they always pull the not everyone's gonna like you card. Definitely true, and it's definitely a realistic thing that needs to be addressed, but I hate it because I completely stand on the opposite side of he's a vigilante. No, they've saved countless lives. Well, there's so much damage that's been done. But can you, for a second, just picture with me, imagine the damage that would be done if they hadn't been there? In Sokovia, the entire world would have been leveled. That would have been it. And then there's the scene where Bucky, is standing and the car goes by and, he's just gone. He didn't disappear. There's a magnet on the car and his arm is just stuck and he's dragging along. That is so... He's just dragging along, just you know what? This is fine. And Black Widow, and she's talking about how much Bucky means to Steve. And I'm just you know what? I love you a lot right now. And the best thing in the entire world, Natasha's please, stay out of this one. And Steve's you said you'll arrest me? And I'm destroy me now. Just do it. Do it before May 6th. I'm not gonna be able to, nope, there it goes. There goes my soul, just leaving my body. And Steve grabs Bucky's shoulder and they're all yeah. And I'm pretty sure that's when they're going to the final battle, because that's when they're in that, the stealth outfit. And then Tony's I want to punch you in your perfect teeth. And I'm you know what? I'ma just stop you right now. Shut up and just go in the corner. We're not gonna have this fight. Verbal threats are the first step. And then, of course, the things are just gonna get worse. Can we talk about how awesome Sam looks in this? Like, with his newly painted falcon wings, and he does that cool, like, kick flip thing, and he's just like, you know what? I'm glad that I wouldn't be on your opposing team, because I feel like you'd rip me to shreds. And then what do we see? We see T'Challa beating up Bucky. Does anyone else notice that? Any scene where those two are, like, even remotely close, T'Challa is beating the heck out of Bucky. Like, there isn't a time when Bucky's not running from T'Challa. Bucky's riding a motorcycle and T'Challa's just like, nope, and like slashes the tires. He like kicks him in the face and like slams him into like some boxes or something. T'Challa's chasing Bucky and Cap's chasing T'Challa because T'Challa's chasing Bucky. And then this fool, Steve's just holding a helicopter down, no big deal, just pulling them together. Like, I can't even do a pull-up. I cannot even pull myself off the ground. You were holding a helicopter. What? And then, of course, like, before that, Bucky and them are just, like, running on top of cars, and Steve's just, like, jumping on top of a car, and I'm like, you kidding me? You guys cannot run cars now? When did this happen? There was this moment with Bucky and Tony where I really hope I don't know what had just happened before, and Bucky looks mad. Like, he looks like he could kill a man. Which he probably could. But it's got me emotional now. And I'm not even, like, I haven't even watched it. Like, so you guys are gonna just see some tears after that. But he's my friend. So was I. You sure about that, Tony? You know Bucky's in the background, like, and there's my favorite scene where Steve and Bucky were just, like, they're passing the shield back and forth and they're beating Tony up. The scene where Cap and Bucky are like totally whooping on Tony, and it's one of my favorite moments in the entire trailer. Like, it made me literally just, whoa! If you follow me on Snapchat, you saw my first reaction, which is me going, whoa, whoa, and the caption being, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. It's like when you go to the second trailer, it opens up with Bucky being in like this like facility. He's like, I don't think he's shackled, I can't tell. Like, he's in this foggy like capsule, and he just got pulled out, and maybe like a cryo freeze thing, like when he was with, well, when unwillingly was with Hydra and they froze him, maybe it was something like that. And then this same guy who was like, we need limitations, not Tony, but you know, the other guy, he's naming off places, right? He goes, New York, Washington, D.C., and then Sam looks really upset, which breaks my heart. And then he goes to Sokovia, and you see Wanda just like, she looks torn up. And Steve's like, that's enough. And I'm like, thank you, Steve. Wanda can't handle it, and Lord knows I can't handle it. Because also, if you know me, you know that I have a very big soft spot for Quicksilver. Like, that's just a thing that happened. I didn't choose the Quicksilver life. The Quicksilver life chose me. And he's not dead. You can't convince me that. Like, nope, it just, no. But I digress. And then Tony is being cocky. In the middle of all this, he goes, that's why I'm here, because we need to be put in check. And I'm like, I don't know why it irked me so much, but it did. I have a thing against pretentious people, and I just, in that moment, he seemed really pretentious, and it just got to me. One of the scariest moments, at least for me. Like, it wasn't scary in the fact that I was scared of Bucky, but I was scared of, like, the potential he had to kill Tony in that moment. Like, if Tony hadn't pulled that glove on, that would have been it. Like, that would have been the end of the movie. Tony would have got shot in the head, and it would have been a done deal. And it was strange, because Tony's talking to Natasha, and he says, they're coming for you. They is very vague. He's referring to the same people that came after Bucky, which would make sense, because Natasha is on Tony's side. Maybe she switched over halfway through, because even in the first trailer, she's telling Steve that he needs to stay out of this. And then Wanda is holding Vision down like this. And oh my god, it's so intense. And then we see our first clip of both Clint and Ant-Man. And then Tony's like, stand down. He's like, I could do this all day. And I'm like, he really won't stop until, like, he's dead, which is so upsetting. And then this fool shows up. I love Spider-Man. Like, if you were friends with me way back in the day, when I first started liking Marvel, Spider-Man was the love of my life. He was my favorite superhero until a few months ago. Just as further proof, this is what my aunt got me over the summer, because she knows I absolutely love him. But the suit! And then his voice. He sounds like a kid on Xbox Live. Hey guys. And then the eyes. Oh, the fact that his eyes, they don't like scrunch up. No, they get smaller. They just shrink. They just shrink. Maybe they added like a zoom feature to his ocular thing. And I'm like, you know what? No excuses. His eyes got smaller. Alright guys, so in the comments, tell me what team you're on. Are you team Tony? Are you team Kat? Are you neutral like some of my friends are? And arguably so I wish I could be. But yeah guys, I'll be making some more videos really soon. And as always, keep watching.